and they're already building off of some of their struggles from yesterday. Kenosha stranded 17 runners in yesterday's 9-8 loss to Wausau. And you think if they just would have gotten one more hit, they probably win that game. Instead, the Woodchucks came back with 2 runs in the 9th inning and won 9-8. Abel was the one who gave the Fish the lead in the top of the 9th. Struggled with runners in scoring position earlier in the day yesterday, Abel. Multiple bases loaded jams he hit into and helped Wausau out of them. But an RBI single in the 8th with the bases juiced, and then the same in the 9th. 2 clutch hits that at the time helped Kenosha to the lead. Came back from a 5-run deficit like we talked about in the beginning. Could not finish it out. The payoff is swung on and missed. That'll end the top of the first. A 2-run home run, though, by James McCoy has the Kenosha Kingfish leading here in Wausau.
Catch all the action of America's premier summer collegiate baseball and softball leagues at northwoodsleague.com. No one covers summer ball like the Northwoods League. This season, access more than 800 games live and on demand from your TV, desktop, or mobile device with the new Northwoods League Plus app. Watch your favorite team or follow top players from across the country. For more information, visit northwoodsleague.com. Your home for the Northwoods League.
The Mint Cafe is Woody's favorite spot. They have the best food in town, like their scrumptious pies, delicious burgers, and sandwiches, plus Woody's go-to milkshake. The Mint Cafe, good food, good friends. Located at 422 North 3rd Street, Wausau.
More than 370 Northwoods League alumni have advanced to Major League Baseball, including World Series champion and Cy Young Award winners Max Scherzer and Chris Sale, 5-time Gold Glove winner Matt Chapman, 3-time All-Star and World Series champion Marcus Semien, and 2-time Major League Baseball Home Run Derby champion Pete Alonso. This is Northwoods League Baseball.
So the Wausau Woodchucks will be working from behind today against Kenosha. They had the lead early yesterday, but a different matchup to go through today. Wausau is 5-11 this year when they trail at the beginning of a game, but only a small deficit to work against early. Here's our player to watch in Noah Malone. Talked about him in the pregame show today. Hitting an impressive .469 at home, I believe, is the average. Yesterday had a big base hit in the 9th that helped the Woodchucks back to their comeback win. He almost scored the winning run on a wild pitch, but was called out at the plate. That was an exciting bang-bang play there. It almost got Kenosha out of a jam that looked unsurvivable. Wausau did end up finishing things off, though, as Dom Rodriguez walked it off. A swing and a miss. 2-2. This is Jacob Vogel on the mound for the Kenosha Kingfish, making his 4th start of the season. Last time he pitched, he came out of the bullpen for the first time. That was about a week ago in a doubleheader against Fond du Lac. Ground ball to short. This is Abel playing there today, and there's the first out. As Jake Birkeland steps up, let's take a look at the Wausau order today. You saw Malone just hit right there, and it's interesting, Birkeland hitting in the top 3 of the order for the first time this season. Dylan Schlotterbeck still hitting 3rd, and of course, Max Solis has been incredible, hitting .500 over his last 5 games. Rodriguez back in the 5 spot. Mazzacano, Baldridge, Knowlton, and Smith-Johnson are all in the bottom of the order for the Woodchucks. And for guys in Mazzacano, Baldridge, and Smith-Johnson, they all return after getting an off day yesterday. So does Birkeland, who's hitting right now. Little bunt attempt, and Vocal has to field that. The throw to first is fired in time. Tried to catch the pitcher, Vocal off guard there, but hard to do that. Jacob's a two-way player. We saw him play yesterday, Vocal, at second base. He was 0 for 3, hit into an unfortunate double play in the 8th. That was one of those bases-loaded situations that Kenosha could not find runs from. They've already found some runs with 2 outs today, though, which is good. Dylan Schlotterbeck has had a great month of June, a great first half in general. Chance to finish it the right way. Schlotterbeck, 21 stolen bases, 38 hits, 29 RBIs, 32 walks, offensive production, and great fielding as well. The reason he's in this lineup every single day is because he is so consistent. You combine his 2 seasons at Paris Junior College and his summer ball 2 seasons. This is game number 193, as there's a liner into left center for the first Woodchuck hit. Schlotterbeck's reached base safely in the last 10 games, hits in 8 of his last 9. And now, Mr. Boom can come to the plate with 2 outs. Max Solis Jr. started 0 for 23 on the year, but in his last 9 games, he's been scorching, hitting .500. Hit a home run in the win yesterday against Kenosha, a 3-run shot in the first. That ended up being huge for the Woodchucks down the stretch. Took that one in the turf, 1-1. 20 hits for Solis in the 2025 season, 7 of them for extra base hits, 5 for home runs. But this one's a towering pop-up. Kenosha has no idea where it is. Dahlberg was racing, and then Vocal's the one who made the catch at the end of the day. The pitcher puts out 2, and Kenosha leads by 2 as we head to the second on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The Northwoods League Foundation is enriching the quality of life for families with an enduring and caring focus on the communities it serves through direct donations and proceeds from the Northwoods League online store. The Northwoods League Foundation is harnessing a unique passion for summer collegiate baseball and softball to invest in communities so everyone benefits from the wide-ranging experience offered by the great games of baseball and softball. Visit northwoodsleague.com/foundation and share your passion for the games we love.
Collegiate softball is back after an outstanding inaugural season. Northwoods League softball returns to the field for its second season this summer. Find out more at northwoodsleague.com and follow us on Instagram and X at NWL Softball. The Wausau Ignite will be back home this Thursday, July 3rd, when they take on the Madison Nightmares on 4th of July Eve. Boy, that should be a fun one. Be sure to tune into the Wausau Ignite first ever season. Spencer Gonzalez helping covering the team. He's done a great job. A couple features on a couple players from the Wausau Ignite already. And you can find those on ignitesoftball.com. I know Riley Schwiezo is one of those players that he has done a feature on. Ivan Dahlberg moving from catcher to first baseman today. Caught yesterday, hit 6th. And a ground ball to first. Rodriguez, he walked off the game yesterday. He's got the first out of the second inning. So 2-0 Kenosha early, but honestly, these games should remain tight. Final game between these two teams in the regular season and likely of the 2025 year, unless both of them somehow win the second half of their respective divisions and meet in the playoffs. But in the first 3 games between these two sides, the games have been decided by a combined 5 runs. And 2 of those games were decided in walk-off fashion. So that means you should expect tight ones when the Fish and the Chucks meet. Swing and a foul from Dutton. Dutton out of Moorhead State, OVC guy. Played in left field yesterday. Started 52 games in Moorhead, Kentucky this season. Sengegs 1-2, just a tad inside. Played last year with Kokomo when they were in the Northwoods League, and he was great with the Jackrabbits. .340 hitter that passed in 2024, 34 RBIs, 3 home runs. And because of that, that meant he got a little bit of experience against the Wausau Woodchucks. At one point, actually, yesterday was his first game against Wausau. He didn't play against them with Kokomo. Interesting. Payoff is pop foul. Dutton will do it again. Yesterday, JJ registered his second multi-hit game with the Kingfish, going 2 for 5 with a double. Got after it early, but was 0 for 3 in his final 4 plate appearances. That payoff pitch hits him, and a 1-out base runner for Kenosha. That's something that we've talked about that the Kingfish do pretty well, is they are able to take pitchers deep into the count and get free passes. Woodchucks and Kingfish are both top 3 in the entire league in walks. And while that was a hit by pitch, you should expect these teams to try to take base on balls as much as they possibly can. Walks helped the Woodchucks in their walk-off win yesterday, that's for sure. Here's Olivo, another 2-way out of Franklin, Wisconsin. Runners moving. Pitch off the plate, the throw to second by Solis. Not snagged by Birkland. Good cutoff behind him by Baldridge. Rather, switch that around. Baldridge was the one that tried to take care of Dutton at second base. Instead, he could not make the catch. Birkland backed him up. We told you Kenosha likes to run. Stolen base 103 for the Fish in the first half. Outside 3-0. Seguin coming off of a good start against his old team, Fond du Lac. Just went 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs allowed, walked 3, struck out 2. And so that, for Sengeg, normally means he's able to give you some good work on the mound. Saw the Woodchucks bullpen, a good couple arms were used yesterday. So you're hoping Sengeg can at least give you 4 or 5 today, and that your bats can help him out. Olivo waves and misses, and it's a full count. Sengeg is a strikeout guy. Back with Fond du Lac, he had the most innings pitched in Doc Spider's history with 64 back in 2023. Dutton's moving to third, and Olivo flares one in the infield. Dutton's got to get back. Rodriguez makes the catch. Dutton just back in time. 2 gone, and that's really good work from Sengeg. He was down 3-0 in that count. Got Olivo to pop out. So now a guy we didn't see yesterday in Will Matuzak. Or Matuzak. Started the season hot. He's tapered off here. Just 3 hits in his last 8 games. First appearance against Wausau this season for Will out of Santa Barbara City Community College. We've seen a good chunk of Northwoods League players from that particular college. That 2-seamer was on the money, 1-1. Sengeg started his career at UT Dallas, 2 years at Northwestern in the Big Ten. And now back in the transfer portal for a second time. Little liner to Birkland, it's short. He adjusts perfectly to make the catch. Kingfish strand 1, but lead by 2. Bottom second next on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Time is Emerling upon what a grab by Selena Timmer. In contact, left side, diving effort, what a catch! The winning run in the Honeybees.
Have walked it off the fence and over the fence. That's going to be a home run for Shayna Bishop.
I've devoted my career as a surgeon to one thing: curing cancer. At City of Hope, more than 1,600 cancer specialists are working towards breakthrough discoveries, impacting over 100 million lives every year, personalizing treatments right down to your DNA. And though I'm proud to be part of a team that's revolutionizing cancer care here in northeastern Illinois, what I'm most proud of is giving you hope.
Stay connected with America's premier summer collegiate baseball and softball leagues at northwoodsleague.com. Support the Northwoods League Foundation with a purchase from our online store. Get the latest news and stats, or join over 1 million fans at the ballpark. Just select your favorite team, find the game you want to see, then hand-pick your tickets and print your tickets at home. For tickets 24 hours a day, visit northwoodsleague.com. Your home for the Northwoods League.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you know, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
So it was an easy first inning for Jacob Vogel. Did give up a 2-out single, but no damage done as he tries to protect this Kenosha lead. Dom Rodriguez, the last time we saw him, he hit a walk-off infield RBI single. Hoofed out one after a little tapper to the left side and a crazy play in the 9th inning that gave Wausau a 9-8 victory yesterday in the afternoon. Oh, he belts one, a towering fly ball into left, but Dutton will see it hang up for him, and he can make the catch. Just got under that one. Had he found the barrel a little sweeter, that thing's going over the fence and onto 3rd Street. Now Braden Mazzacano. Two-way player against two-way player here. Pitcher, hitter. Both of these guys can pitch and hit. Maz is the DH today. Maz is his nickname on the team. And he takes strike 1. Jacob Vogel's a guy you're not expecting to go very long. His pitch limit kind of is about 50 pitches. So when he's working quickly, he goes further in games. Only got to 50 pitches once this past spring with Davidson, and his pitch count high this year in the summer is 51. Did Mazzacano go there? No, and he stays alive, 1-2. Vogel played at Cherokee Bluff High, one of the best 4A schools in the state of Georgia. 3-time All-State selection, 4-time All-Region. Helped his team reach the state championship in his senior year, and that team at Cherokee Bluff was loaded with talent. A lot of guys went to go play collegiately. Mazzacano lifts one to left. Charging is Dutton, and he's able to make the catch. Adjusted there sort of at the last second after getting the read on the baseball. 2 up, 2 down for Baldridge. You're going to want to stick around here after the bottom of the second. We've got Woodchucks starting pitcher Tyson Potts, who's going to join us for the 3rd. Potts pitched on Sunday, had a great outing against Green Bay, and he leads the Woodchucks in innings pitched in the first half as Baldridge lifts one in on his hand that will go to the bleachers, bounce off the metal. And a lucky fan with a straw hat will go and reach one there, a souvenir on this Monday afternoon. Baldridge sees ball 1 go high. Took an off day yesterday. Cade played a lot over the past week. 0 for 2, 0 for 3 rather, with a hit by pitch on Sunday. And he grounds one foul. Just off your screen, it actually trickled in the right field, and a random Kenosha bullpen pitcher will snag it. Vogel looking to go 1, 2, 3 here in the second. One, 2. Just a tad high. Good leave by Baldridge there, too. Gates' first appearance against Kenosha. Had some good luck against a different Great Lakes East team in the Royal Oak Leprechauns. And Woodchucks traveled to Michigan to play Royal Oak. Baldridge hit 2 home runs. Hit a homer in both games against Royal Oak. That's a series that Wausau split. Full count. And Baldridge puts one into right, base hit. Nice work from Cade. 15th hit of the season for Baldridge. And again, he continues to find his way on base. He's now reached on base, I believe, in 16 of the 17 that he's played. Now to Knowlton. He found some good contact yesterday in the 9 spot. Leadoff double in the 4th and a run scored. Watches a fastball miss in at 87. Knowlton playing at Central Michigan University, one of the first to officially sign for the summer. And he is in a familiar position where the Woodchucks have been successful this year. Wausau is 8-1 in the first half when Knowlton hits in the 8th spot. He's playing in right today. But like we said, Wausau has success no matter where Knowlton hits in the order, no matter where he's playing in the field. He's such a flexible player. Strike one to make it 3-1. Start number 21 for Zach Knowlton today. And he lifts one high in the air, foul ground. Dahlberg will shade the sun and watch it go out of play. Home plate umpire Patrick Costin provides new baseballs to Hogan Denny, who is the catcher today for Kenosha. Dutton in left, Newland in center, McCoy in right. Olivo is back at third base, Abel back at short. Runners moving, and did he go? No, Knowlton takes a walk. He held his swing just barely, and instead of the inning being over, and Vogel getting out without much trouble, now he's got to face 2 on with 2 out. And Christian Smith-Johnson. Smith-Johnson did not play yesterday, tied the hit streak record for a single season for the Wausau Woodchucks, 23 consecutive games in the first half with a hit. He was good in the first series against Kenosha, too. 3 for 7 with the runs scored, and he ran all over them. 6 stolen bases in the first 2 games of the season back in May. In on his hands, and he fights it off foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Also some success against Kenosha last year, SJ. 5 for 13, 5 runs scored. Runners are moving. The pitch is off the glove of Denny, and it'll work out. Double steal, Baldridge to third, Knowlton to second, and with one swing, Smith-Johnson can tie this game. Well, I think Denny got his lines crossed just a tad there because he knew that the runners were probably moving on that play. 1-2. Another foul off. Smith-Johnson's hit streak ended on Sunday. What a shame. He was 1 away from breaking the record, but you know the best thing about a streak ending is you get to start a new streak. Wind starting to blow a little harder here. It's moving from left to right at Athletic Park today. Off the plate, 2-2. Smith-Johnson had the RBI lead for most of the season, but Dylan Schlotterback passed him up. It's kind of an RBI race between those two, but Smith-Johnson's still 4th in the Great Lakes Division, top 20 in the Northwoods League in RBIs. Ground ball hit sharply to short. Abel collects, fires, and ends the inning. Vogel's a little too out trouble, didn't fool him. He keeps Wausau scoreless. Tyson Potts joins me on the other side of this break as we head to the third on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Introducing the Cloud AI with Red Alloy Plus, engineered with aerospace-grade alloy for ultimate durability and razor-thin precision. Generative AI technology meticulously fine-tunes every 1/8 inch of the bat, pushing the boundaries of performance. The optimized mid-load swing weight delivers speed and extends the sweet spot, all in a seamless one-piece construction designed for peak power. The RevGrip premium material offers unmatched tack and cushion. Artificial intelligence, real results.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Catch all the action of America's premier summer collegiate softball and baseball leagues at northwoodsleague.com. Purchase tickets to a game near you. Get the latest news and stats on your favorite team or watch live game coverage. While there, check out the selection of Northwoods League headwear, apparel, and more for the sports fan in your life. All proceeds support the Northwoods League Foundation. Visit northwoodsleague.com. Your home for the Northwoods League.
Welcome back to the third inning here in Wausau as Amar Senge gets ready to pitch. I've got a pitcher up here in the press box with me today. My name is Matt Clark. I'm joined alongside by Tyson Potts. Tyson, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. The pitcher out of Wayland Baptist leads the Woodchucks in innings pitched and also one of the top 2 in strikeouts. He has been awesome this season for Wausau as there's a grounder back to Sengeg. Little PFP and out to first. One away. So Tyson, out of Wayland Baptist, you come here during the summer, you're uncommitted, you're going in the transfer portal, and suddenly you're in Central Michigan. Tell me about how the summer's gone so far. It feels like it's been pretty good for you and the team.
Yeah, I mean, it's been awesome getting out here. I didn't know what my experience was going to be like heading into it, but coming out here, I was still pretty committed to my team out in Texas, but after I made a few starts, I was contacted, coming from an NAIA, it's how the rules work, and just able to, move on to the Division I level is something I'm really excited to do.
Tyson, you've been so consistent this year, especially for this team, and a lot of pitchers have been coming in and out. That's just how the Northwoods League works, but you have been consistent the whole way. Lead the team in starts, leads the team in innings pitched, and Tyson, the team has been pretty good when you have pitched this season. You had a couple of great starts. You started against Kenosha. That's one of the teams you actually faced to begin the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome getting a chance to, first watch them and then get a chance to go out and pitch against them, kind of see how the guys react to different pitches. They were my first start in the Northwoods, so that was really exciting. A big different experience than what I'd been used to in my baseball career so far. So that was exciting getting out there, playing in front of a good crowd, and just getting to compete against them.
Let's go to your start against Fond du Lac, because you won Northwoods League Pitcher of the Night with that performance. 12 strikeouts in that performance. I don't even know if any Northwoods League pitcher has that many, as that sent deep into right, back going Knowlton, and it is gone! A home run for Hogan Denny. Solo shot for Hogan makes it 3-0 Kenosha in the third. Another home run for Kenosha, and for Hogan on the year, it is his first. He was our player to watch earlier today, and he found a pitch that he liked, sent it deep. So Kenosha gets the crown on Hogan Denny. 3-0 right there. Another opposite field home run, too. Wynn took that one out, and a strike to Ryan Bakes. So apologies for that interruption, but 12 strikeouts against Fond du Lac, one of the best pitching performances by any Northwoods League pitcher this season. I mean, how did you feel on the mound? Did you know you had your stuff right from about the first pitch?
Yeah, it's one of those things where you get out there and, spotting the fastball, breaking balls, doing what I want it to do. And just, getting a really good game plan out with I had Jake Weatherspoon behind the plate that day, and he does a great job calling games, reading swings, so I don't have to think too much out there. I just, throw what he throws down there.
Yeah, what are the conversations like before a game with Weatherspoon and even in between pitches and in between innings and whatnot?
Yeah, exactly. It's just, reading over what their approaches are and seeing what they do, what they're hunting when they're up there at the plate as a base hit. Unfortunately, another one by the Kingfish, but
yeah. giving me a little help, a little color commentator. Tyson Potts here. Let's go just to this summer in general. I know we've talked a little bit about the first half. What a great battle between a couple of teams. You guys, the Rockers, the Mallards. An incredible display by those three teams in the first half. And the Woodchucks came up just a bit short. I know I've talked about it on the broadcast, but that one sent deep into center field. Back going Smith Johnson. He makes the catch off the wall. Throw back to second base. They almost doubled up McCoy. So Smith Johnson's been doing that all season. Okay, let's ask that before we go to the first half. What's it like playing with a great defender like that in the field?
It's awesome. You have a fly ball hit out there, and you get so used to, fly ball in the gap. You're like, let me go back up third base because it's probably going to be an extra base hit. And then all of a sudden you turn around and SJ's diving out, catching it, going through the wall, And that means a lot knowing that the guys out there are willing to put their body on the line for you.
But also, Smith Johnson, he's a character. He's like the funniest guy on the team. So playing with SJ, obviously, in a game is fun, but then you play with him in the field, and it's a whole different scenario.
Yeah, and, that's the thing. We're out here playing a game, so the more fun we can have out there, the better we're going to be doing anyways. So it's great having guys like him out there to keep us loose and, playing fun.
I got to ask, once the game starts, does Smith Johnson get fully serious and locked in? Because I know he jokes during the game all the time, but it feels like – or jokes before the game, rather. So that pitch is outside. But, in the middle of the game, is he locked in or is he in the dugout still joking around?
Yeah, I feel like that's how a lot of, our team in general, and especially SJ, he gets locked in, is keeping it loose and having fun. Once we start to get too serious about it, you start to tighten up, and then that's when the, mistakes actually start to happen instead of, for him, he's joking around, having a good time. Then he goes, makes a diving catch because he's, not nervous about anything. He's just having a good time.
Got to be a pitcher's best friend. 2-2 to Abel. Inside and high full count. Runner's going to move here. All right, let's put your pitching to the test. Situational pitching right here. If you were Amar Sengeg, what are you throwing on full count, 2 outs here to try to get out of the inning?
Well, he's probably sitting fastball. I would trust my breaker and try and land it for a strike here.
He almost did. You almost were right. It's a pitch just outside for ball 4. That'll bring Dahlberg to the plate. And Coach Thompson is going to come on his way to the mound to speak with Amar Sengeg. So he's done this with you before. Come on his way to the mound. What are these mound visits like? What is Corey Thompson telling you in these situations?
A lot of the times for me, it's just to give me a breath. In a situation like this, it's 2 on 2 outs. Really important to get the guy at the plate and keep the game where it's at. So he's probably just telling Amar, giving you a second, make a reset, make a pitch against this guy. You're 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning, getting our guys back in there, swinging it. That's usually how it goes. He tries to keep us loose and keep us, feeling confident out there on the bump.
What has he taught you as a pitcher? Because he's a pitching coach at an NAIA school. You were a pitcher at an NAIA school, so you guys have some connections in that way.
Yeah, one of the main things that, he preaches is just attacking the strike zone. And, that's really important just to be successful in general. The more free passes you give. Usually what I've learned as a pitcher is, like, how many walks and hit by pitches you have usually equals the amount of runs you've given up. So it's, if you're attacking the strike zone and not giving up those free passes, then singles are just singles,
You might have to take his spot in the future. You look like you know exactly what you're talking about. Tell me about Amar and the connection that you've had with him. He came in later during the first half, but it feels like he's really gelled well with the rest of the team.
Oh, yeah, he's a great guy. He's got a really good sense of humor, which I think is important. We're just guys on the road together all the time. You got to be laughing and keeping it loose, or else, it's going to be a long road trip, long time. We're all away from home, so it just kind of feels like we're all brothers. So, we, introduced him, had him, joking around with us right away. Felt like he'd been here all summer.
Yeah. In the back of the bus, playing a little Mafia,
Yeah.
I think, is what he'd be doing for sure.
Oh, yeah.
2-1. And that's a little jam shot. Birkland charging on. Another great defender makes a great play. All right, only 1 run scores for Kenosha. Tyson will join me back for the bottom of the 3rd next on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Stay connected and up to date with the free Northwoods League mobile app. Avoid the lines and buy tickets to any Northwoods League games anytime, day or night. Subscribe for free and watch games live from anywhere all season long. Get the latest news and stats on top collegiate players from across the country or personalize it with your favorite team. Either way, we got you covered. The Northwoods League mobile app is free and available on the App Store or Google Play.
Speak for a lot of people on our team when I say like they've found their love for softball again playing this league.
Ball has some carry. There's that success.
You kind of just get to chill out and like play the game that you once loved when you were young.
Ball sails around the path.
In college, it's a lot of pressure, but like here, everyone's here for the same reason, just to get better and to love the game again.
Is brand new to the game, and the Northwoods League has proudly partnered with the Headset app to be their preferred coach-to-catcher communication solution. Try it out with your team today using hardware you already own. Download the Headset app from your app store and try it free for 5 days. Noah Malone grounded out to short in the first inning. They'll look to get something better at this at-bat. Matt Clark joined alongside Tyson Potts, starting pitcher for the Wausau Woodchucks, who's pitched 33 innings this season and has had a great performance in the Northwoods League. Excited for him to be back for part of the second half. So, I want to talk, Tyson, about your journey as a player. Start me in high school. Not a ton of offers. Wayland Baptist takes a chance on you, and then you go off for them down in Texas.
Yeah. Going up in high school, a lot of the time I was kind of viewed as a better hitter than I was a pitcher. So I think that might have been part of it, and I kind of enjoyed hitting more than pitching. So I was kind of on the recruiting trail, and then COVID happened and really stopped all of that. So then coming out senior year of high school, I didn't have an offer until that spring, about halfway through. I got an offer from Wayland Baptist and from Arizona Christian. So the coaching staff at Wayland Baptist, I really appreciated. I wanted to go to a place that had a chance.
Little pop out by Malone. I love that the idea that was how you adjusted to the recruiting and all of that. And now, a dream. You've gone to Division I, and you've gotten to play with a couple of players this season that you're going to see at Central Michigan, including Zach Knowlton. Mm-hmm. How did they help you in your decisions in terms of kind of representing the culture of Central Michigan when you were trying to make these decisions?
Mm-hmm. A big part of it that I appreciated was they didn't really push me to make the decision. It was still my choice. I asked them, and they were more than willing to answer questions about how the coaching staff is, how the program works there, but they weren't necessarily, selling me on the place other than just, being honest with me, which was a selling point in itself because, everything I heard was positive, and even from people that maybe wouldn't have had the best experiences there still were very complimentary of the staff and the culture at that program.
Yeah, you're going to be great for the Chippewas in the future. I have a feeling. Birkeland takes a strike.
Yeah, I'm super excited to get out to Mount Pleasant and, get a chance to start getting to work with them.
Well, what I love is that you are one of two pitchers that is committed up to that area. Carter White, another pitcher, he's at Eastern Michigan, so teammates turned rivals. Birkeland grounds one to third. Oh, bang, bang play, and the ball drops out of Dahlberg's mitt. Birkeland's going to stay at first. How about that? That's a weird way to get on base. It'll be counted as an error and a one-out base runner for Wausau. Well, how about that? Jake Birkeland's from Minnesota. He could play a little bit of hockey.
Oh, yeah.
This guy's tough. What you see here, Tyson?
Yeah, like you said, he is, wow, yeah, he's tough as nails right there. He goes just right through the first baseman, takes him, I like that. He plays hard. Jake's one of those guys that he never takes a play off. He's not going to shy away from, trying to make a play for his team, and especially for me when he's out there at shortstop, he's making everything. So
yeah, we saw a great play from him to end the top of the third. Slaughterback rips one into the right center gap. That goes back. It's down and all the way over McCoy. Birkland is going to be stopped at third. No, he's going to go to the plate. He is out. So Slaughterback doubles. Schultz gave Birkland the stop sign. He ran through it trying to put the Woodchucks on the board. Nice relay from the Kenosha Kingfish to get the out at home. I love how invested you were. You were invested as if you were in the dugout right there when that play happened. Yeah. Slaughterback ripping one into the right center gap. Unfortunately, Birkland out by just a hair at home.
Yeah, Dylan, he's a great player. I've gotten the chance to live with him this year out here, and his preparation's really impressive too. The results, speak for themselves, but it's no doubt goes to the preparation he puts in as well.
Time called by the umpire here to check something. Here's a question that I wanted to make sure I asked you. A lot of kids that start their collegiate career don't have a ton of offers, are just trying to stay in it as much as possible, but you've actually risen the ranks. Incredible strikeout numbers at Wayland Baptist. Now you're going to get a chance at Central Michigan. It's a competition between thousands of players all across the country. How did you get above them, in a sense, in terms of a bunch of other NAIA players that would kill to play Division I? You found your way there. How'd you get there?
A lot of it's, the preparation. I've always, make sure I'm ready for opportunities I'm given. And, another part of it's just opportunity. And not a lot of NAIA guys get a chance to come out to a league like the Northwoods. Unfortunately, that's the inning, but yeah.
Yeah, it's the inning. Hey, great to see you, Tyson. Thanks so much for all of your kind words about the Woodchucks. Get back on down to the dugout and cheer them on. Wausau trails 3-0. Thanks again to Tyson for joining us here on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
You know what, if you're a college player that wants to go ahead and play at the next level, then the Northwoods League is definitely for you. It gives you an opportunity to, one, be on the road, to understand what it's like to play through the grind, as everybody always talks about through baseball.
If you're trying to go professional, definitely consider the Northwoods League. It's a grind. It's a good grind. You should love the grind if you want to do that for a living as a professional. It's great. I love playing every day.
Upstairs, the throw not going to be made, and that is history. Chandler Simpson, stealing bag number 51, now breaks the single-season stolen base record in the Northwoods League.
More than 350 Northwoods League alumni have been drafted in the last 5 years, and nearly 140 have made their Major League Baseball debut in that time. The Northwoods League is the ultimate collegiate summer baseball experience.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Today's Monday afternoon game is brought to you in part by The Grind, the official coffee of the Northwoods League. Look for The Grind in select ballpark team stores and online under the shop menu on team websites. A portion of the proceeds for each bag sold will go to benefit the Northwoods League Foundation. 2 runs for Kenosha in the first on a 2-run home run, and then a home run in the third gives them a 3-0 lead to work with. Bottom of the fish order coming up. Dutton is the leadoff man. He was hit by a pitch on a full count in the second. 0-2 from Sengag is a little low. The good news for the Woodchucks is that they worked Jacob Vogel pretty hard in that third inning and made him get into some deep counts, and so his pitch count's getting up. He's not going to pitch for very long, at least that would be what you would think. Thanks so much again to Tyson Potts for joining us on his off day. Loved hearing about some of his thoughts, not just on his journey, but on a couple of the teammates that he has. And it's his first summer collegiate baseball experience, and he has knocked it out of the park. Potts is hot. That's the nickname for him. And the Woodchucks will take as much as they can out of him before he goes and plays for Central Michigan. Dutton fouls it off. Work the count back full. Let's see if Sengay can get him here. Amar's looking for that payoff pitch. Looking for that swing and miss. That one would have been ball 4, but instead Dutton fouls it off. And nice snag out there by Cade Douglas, relief pitcher for the Woodchucks. He made the start on Friday. That one's outside. Second walk for Sengag of the game. J.J. Dutton takes his base. Coach Corey Thompson is on his way out to the mound, and that would suggest, with it being his second time on his way to talk to Amar, that he will take the baseball from him. And I think that's exactly what his plan is. So there will be a pitching change today for the Woodchucks here in the fourth, as Corey Thompson gives Amar some things to think about as he exits. And it's time for a new pitcher, and it's the guy who, if I'm not mistaken, ended the game for Wausau on the mound yesterday, and that's Ethan Jezierski. Jezierski picked up the final out of the Wausau win, 9-8 over Kenosha, and actually was responsible for the win. He got out of a massive bases-loaded jam yesterday, faced one batter. That was J.J. Dutton, actually, and he struck him out. And that gave the Woodchucks the opportunity to go into the ninth and come back to win it. Jezierski out of Angelina Community College. We said yesterday he's committed to D2 UT Tyler. And it was so good to see him show his stuff yesterday in a big pressure situation. It's actually been interesting. Jezierski hasn't been thrown in those pressure spots a ton this season, but with the Woodchucks needing it, he got it. There's Woody in the crowd, taking some pictures with some fans. Good crowd here on this Monday afternoon with beautiful skies. Again, it's been a little windy here today, but we're having a great day here at Athletic Park nonetheless. To end the first half, as Jezierski pitches, let's recap the first half for the Wausau Woodchucks, shall we? It started with a split against Kenosha, win-loss there. Then they split against Rapids, split against Rockers. So in the month of May, Wausau went 3-3. But once it turned to June, the Woodchucks found some fire. They beat Fond du Lac on the 1st of June, 20-2. And that started a stretch where the Woodchucks won 5 of their next 6. Lost a couple to Madison and Fond du Lac on the road. Then Wausau won 4 straight. And then 7 of its next 9. They were 6 games above 500 after Mason Morello's complete game shutout at Lakeshore. 7 games, rather. It made him 15-8. But that was on the back half of the road trip, and after that, the Woodchucks stumbled to 3 losses in its next 4. And they've had a 500 week to end the first half, as that's tipped into the mitt by Olivo. So what's the thought process? They just could never string a big streak together like Green Bay. The Great Lakes West first half champions did. Last year when the Woodchucks had such a successful season, winning 50 games, they won 9 games in a row twice. Runners moving, and it's lifted foul. But the good news for the Woodchucks in the first half is they were not swept until the very end of the first half in a 2-game set. Unfortunately, that came at a poor time. The Green Bay Rockers taking down Wausau here at Athletic Park. Jezerski trying to hold J.J. Dutton there. He has already stolen a base today. But Max Solis has caught a couple runners behind the plate this season. He could very well do it again. He stays. Abel ropes one to right. And in comes Knowlton for the first out. Rather, that was Olivo on the fly out there. So now Matuzak. He lined out to short with a runner in scoring position in the second. This is much rather where Kenosha would want to be during a game. The Kingfish like to get their hits early, rely on its pitching. Remember, Kenosha has a top 10 pitching staff in the league. But the fact that they've got some power today has been a good thing. And the arms are certainly good enough for Kenosha to win a division title. Another pickoff. That one was close, as Dutton twitched the other way and had to get back in time. Dutton only had 1 stolen base this year, actually at Morehead State, which is absurd because he's run a lot here in Kenosha. Looks like he wants to run here. Speed is something that he's building on. Looking for stolen base number 13. He'll stay, and that's grounded up the middle. Birkland will try to turn the double play himself. He's successful. Jake Birkland turns 2, and the Woodchucks are out of the 4th. 3-0 Kenosha on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
You have to be dedicated to playing in Northwoods League. You know, they play the games and it's serious. You know, I mean, you're looking at maybe an opportunity to be a professional athlete in baseball.
The league provides a superior player experience with unparalleled technology in support of player development and visibility. TrackMan and Synergy data reporting is available to all players at Major League Baseball teams. The Northwoods League is the ultimate collegiate summer baseball experience.
The Mint Cafe is Woody's favorite spot. They have the best food in town, like their scrumptious pies, delicious burgers, and sandwiches, plus Woody's go-to milkshake. The Mint Cafe, good food, good friends. Located at 422 North 3rd Street, Wausau.
Whoa.
Can you feel it?
Huh? Feel what?
The power.
I think so.
Hey, who are you talking to?
No one.
Bet you can't hit that building over there in right field.
What? That's like 500 feet.
Electrify your swing.
Okay.
The #1 two-piece composite in the marketplace. Electrify your swing. Icon, the electric unicorn by Rawlings.
The Northwoods League is proud to partner with the authentic Stadium Mustard this season. For over 50 years, Stadium Mustard has been offered at stadiums, ballparks, and arenas coast to coast. And the Wausau Woodchucks are proud to be serving Stadium Mustard here at Athletic Park. Loved by millions, Stadium Mustard. So Jacob Vogel does not go long, and we were expecting that, so Brady Chambers takes his place on the mound to begin the fourth. And the first pitch fouled away by Dom Rodriguez. Chambers, a Michigan State right-hander out of Lyons Township High School in Western Springs, Illinois. He did not pitch with the Spartans this past year, but here with Kenosha, 10 1/3, 17 strikeouts, just to 9 walks. He struck out 6 out of the 8 he faced in his last appearance against the Rockford Rivets. That was 5 days ago in a 6-2 win for Kenosha. Rodriguez just got under one back in the second. Flew out to left. And that one sent foul behind us. Tell you what, Brady Chambers, a great baseball player, but at 6'7", Lyons Township used him for some basketball too. He's a great power forward in high school. Did that hit Rodriguez? It did. Dom Rodriguez will take his base, and for the first time today, the Woodchucks have their leadoff man aboard. There's our Woodchucks back kid of the day, enjoying himself. He brought his own helmet. And he's helping the Woodchucks pick up the bats and take them back to the dugout. One of the cooler things that the Woodchucks do. $25 experience, and it also includes a parent guardian ticket in the package. Mazzacano chops one to short. Abel tosses to second for one. Mazzacano will beat the relay out, and it's a fielder's choice that takes Rodriguez out of the base pads. Mazzacano went first pitch swinging, but hustled his way forward, so the double play could be avoided. Nice play over there at short by Abel, by the way. Now Cade Baldridge, a 2-out single in the second for Cade. Called strike 0-1. Cade's a guy who was always playing with fresh and smooth flow. Out of Roth, Oklahoma, we talked about that. He is from a small, small town. And he grounds one foul. Just off your screen, trickling down the right field line. Cade was a two-sport athlete as well in high school. He said he played basketball because he pretty much had to. There was nobody else to play basketball at Roth High School, but he led his team to multiple state championships on the diamond. And to think that his talent he got to showcase against 1A baseball players in Oklahoma, I'm sure it just would have been unfair back when he was in high school. He was a 4-time state champion, mind you. Safe at first there was Mazzacano. He's got a little bit of speed, might try to run. Played for the Roth Tigers. 0-2 is just off the plate. Cade avoids potentially getting rung up there. One of the two switch hitters for the Wausau Woodchucks this season. And he chops a little tapper towards the first base line. Picking up is the pitcher, and there is the second out. Nice work there by Chambers. That was sort of into no man's land as Mazzacano moves up to second. As the first baseman, Dahlberg, do you want to pick that up and try to take the play yourself, or do you let your pitcher take it? Remember, this guy's not a two-way. He's a right-handed pitcher that does not play in the field, so that's a tougher play for a pitcher to make. You don't want there to be an error there. Knowlton takes a strike. Love to hear Tyson Potts talk about the character of Zach Knowlton and how the way that he played and the connection that they had was a piece of how he got to Central Michigan. Potts joined us in the third inning. He and Tyson Potts will be teammates next year at CMU. And that's great for a guy like Tyson Potts to know somebody going into that school. Someone who could show him the ropes once the fall hits. Mazzacano's moving to third. Throw to third. In time. Nice play by Hogan Denny. Olivo applies the tag. Wausau scoreless through 4. It is a 3-run Kenosha lead on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
You have to be dedicated to playing in Northwoods League. You know, they play the games and it's serious. You know, I mean, you're looking at maybe an opportunity to be a professional athlete in baseball.
The league provides a superior player experience with unparalleled technology in support of player development and visibility. TrackMan and Synergy data reporting is available to all players of Major League Baseball teams. The Northwoods League is the ultimate collegiate summer baseball experience.
The Mint Cafe is Woody's favorite spot. They have the best food in town, like their scrumptious pies, delicious burgers, and sandwiches, plus Woody's go-to milkshake. The Mint Cafe, good food, good friends. Located at 422 North 3rd Street, Wausau.
Whoa.
Can you feel it?
Huh? Feel what?
The power.
I think so.
Hey, who you talking to?
No one.
Bet you can't hit that building over there in right field.
What? That's like 500 feet.
Electrify your swing.
Okay.
The #1 two-piece composite in the marketplace. Electrify your swing. Icon, the electric unicorn by Rawlings.
So Jezierski faces the top of the order, top of the 5th. 3-0 Fish. Like we said, the Wind's playing in today. These are two very good pitching staffs, so runs are going to be hard to come by. Robert Newland's 0 for 2. He takes inside. Robert Newland is the brother of Brendan Newland, who pitched yesterday for Kenosha. Had a great performance. 4 innings, only allowed 1 earned run, struck out 3, and retired the final 15 hitters he faced. So let's see if his brother can pick him up and keep it going in this game. Jezierski fires in a strike, 2-1. Ethan, a tall throwing right-hander. When he finds location, it's hard to hit him. And he can go a distance. Fouled back by Newland. That one trickled into the seats, and a couple fans are going to try to go work for it. Actually, I think that girl in the pink shirt's going to come up a little empty-handed. There might be a chance later in the game. Felt like Jezierski has found the zone a lot more in these last couple of appearances. He's forcing hitters to beat him with swings. And on a day like today where the conditions are playing the way they are, that's a good place to be at. Make the hitters beat you. And another foul off. And when you fill the zone, you just continue to force foul offs and more foul offs. But that's what Kenosha does, and nothing new for Wausau. Green Bay was a great team at staying alive in counts. Kingfish dugout liked that take from Newland. Business and English major at Kalamazoo College. So he's close to another Great Lakes East team in the Growlers. Sent in the air, foul again. Good little battle here between Newland and Jezierski. And Newland reaches for the 7th time in the last 8 games as he works the count back in his favor, takes a walk. So we'll see how Ethan adjusts to that. Here's Hogan Denny, player to watch for today, and for good reason. Hit his first home run of his Northwoods League career back in the 3rd. Opposite field home run, too. Both of Kenosha's home runs have been sent the other way. And Jezierski starts him with a slider at 73. Hogan out of Mooresville, Indiana. Went to Mooresville High School. He was a great freshman at Indiana University. The other great freshman was Cooper Malamazian. You might remember his name. He plays for the Madison Mallards. And both of them have looked really good since getting into the Northwoods League. He's the number 3 overall prospect in the state of Indiana, Gatorade Player of the Year in high school last year. Almost picked by Solis. Newland decided not to go and try to make it into scoring position. Hogan Denny is also a guy that can give you some two-way if he wants to. He had a 1.02 ERA as a pitcher. Now runners moving. Denny flies it into shallow center. Smith Johnson charging, Knowlton charging, they collide, and the out is recorded by Baldridge, the 3rd man. Looks like Zach Knowlton's okay. Baldridge body checked him as he went back to make a great catch. Look at this in slow motion. Baldridge had it, Knowlton thought he had it. And sometimes it's just sheer will, and they collided. But Baldridge held on to the baseball. That's some Oklahoma toughness right there. Runners moving again. Solis' throw. He's got him. Max Solis guns down another runner at second base, and all of a sudden, there's nobody on and 2 outs. Well executed also by the pitcher Jezierski, who knew that Newland was probably looking to steal. He threw a fastball, and that is just in time. Little bang, bang play right there. And so the Wausau defense making a couple of plays. Those plays could have gone a whole lot different. This could have turned into a troublesome inning. Fouled back by the 3-hitter Ryan Bakes. Solis has caught a handful of guys stealing this season. And after just barely missing J.J. Dutton earlier, he took care of Robert Newland. 3 balls, 1 strike. Righty on righty here as Jezierski looks to make it through his first inning cleanly. Bakes a high towering fly ball to center. Trailing back Smith Johnson, he waits and makes the catch. Nice work from Ethan Jezierski out of the bullpen. Wausau looking for some runs. We're midway through this one on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Catch all the action of America's premier summer collegiate baseball and softball leagues at northwoodsleague.com. No one covers summer ball like the Northwoods League. This season, access more than 800 games live and on demand from your TV, desktop, or mobile device with the new Northwoods League Plus app. Watch your favorite team or follow top players from across the country. For more information, visit northwoodsleague.com. Your home for the Northwoods League.
The Mint Cafe is Woody's favorite spot. They have the best food in town, like their scrumptious pies, delicious burgers, and sandwiches, plus Woody's go-to milkshake. The Mint Cafe, good food, good friends. Located at 422 North 3rd Street, Wausau.
More than 370 Northwoods League alumni have advanced to Major League Baseball, including World Series champion and Cy Young Award winners Max Scherzer and Chris Sale, 5-time Gold Glove winner Matt Chapman, 3-time All-Star and World Series champion Marcus Semien, and 2-time Major League Baseball Home Run Derby champion Pete Alonso. This is Northwoods League Baseball.
Beautiful day here in Wausau for some Monday afternoon baseball. Final game of the first half. Starting tomorrow, all the records reset. Knowlton did not offer at that last pitch, 1-0. He was at the plate in the 4th inning when Mazzacano tried to steal 3rd and was caught, which means he gets a whole new chance here in the 5th. I actually think he was behind in the first count he faced back in the 4th, and so trying to work the count in his favor now. Knowlton was 1 for 7 at Kenosha. Yesterday, 1 for 4. Do the math. 2 for 11, 2 runs scored for Zach against Kenosha this year. Rifle shot up the middle, base hit. So once again, the Woodchucks have the leadoff man aboard. The struggle today has been stringing all of it together. Knowlton's reached both times he's come to the plate. That 8 spot is his best friend. He is successful when he's in that spot, and Corey Thompson recognizes that and puts him there. Let's see what Smith Johnson has in store. Olivo playing on the slightest part of the brown turf that represents the dirt here, or would be dirt at Athletic Park. Maybe Smith Johnson can find a way to catch him off guard with an infield bunt single. We've seen him do that plenty of times this season. He will show bunt and pull it back. Now Olivo's ready. He was charging in for that one. Here's the problem, though. When Smith Johnson lays his bunt down, and this likely with the runner being at first is a bunt down the first base line, He's going to beat it out if he has it correct. Instead, a rounder to the right side. That's a base hit anyways. Knowlton looking for third. The throw from McCoy is off the line. Bottom of the order, getting Wausau's offense fired up just like it's done so many times in the first half. And Christian Smith-Johnson is back in the hits business. Charge Christian with hit number 35 in the Northwoods League season. He now has as many hits this season as he did last year with the Woodchucks. And he's played 24 less times. He's still got the entire second half to go. Be ready for the double steal. It doesn't come there, and Noah Malone takes a strike. Here's a good opportunity for our player to watch to get after one here. Again, we said hitting over 450 at home. He sees the ball well at Athletic Park. Line drive, right side, base hit. And the Woodchucks are on the board. Noah Malone comes through, makes it 3-1. Wausau's got 3 consecutive base hits. So move the line stuff for Wausau today. With the conditions, you got to choose your power wisely. And nice opposite field work by Noah Malone to get in a run. RBI number 17 for Malone as Birkeland looked to bunt. And a strike, back throw to second. Not in time. Smith-Johnson back in safely. He might try another double steal here. But Hogan Denny has already caught 1 stealing today. Just off the plate, 2-0. Got Schlotterbeck coming up next. He's 2 for 2, so if Birkeland could get on base, that puts Kenosha in a pretty dangerous situation here. Woodchucks trying to put a big inning together. Birkeland showing bunt. He lays it down the third base line. Olivo will let it roll. It's fair. Beautiful infield bunt single for Jake Birkeland. Bases loaded, nobody out. Schlotterbeck coming to the plate. Pretty bunt by Birkeland. Yesterday, Olivo let one of those roll foul. This one refused to go foul. He knew he was not going to beat Birkeland out, so just waited, and there it goes. Fair ball. One of the best bunts we've seen this season. And now, some real trouble for Brady Chambers to work out of. Been a hot minute since this pitcher has been in this kind of trouble. He's only given up 4 earned runs all summer. Swing and a foul. Dillon made some great contact the last time he was up. Shot one into the right center gap, but was stranded at second base. Woodchucks trailed early in this game. Now they're looking for a rally. Nice breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And when the Woodchucks score their runs, that's when they find wins. 18-5 this year when they score 5 or more. 1 swing could technically get them there. Little chopper towards third and foul. That one, Olivo holds in foul ground. If he keeps that in fair territory, a run likely scores, and it would have been a fielder's choice. Got some speed here, too. You find a gap, you might clear him. And also a hit into the outfield would likely make it a 1-run game with the speed of Smith-Johnson at third base. Takes off the plate, 2-2. Beautiful breaking ball, by the way, from Chambers. Trying to compose himself here. Could really use his first strikeout of the day in this spot. And he gets it as Slaughtermax swings and misses. Now a double play gets you out of it with no harm done, but looky here, Max Solis is coming to the plate. Hit a home run yesterday. Hit a home run 2 days ago. He already has a streak this year with a home run in 3 consecutive games. Can he do that again? Breaking ball for strike one. Solis popped out to the pitcher, fouled out to the catcher so far. So he has not been able to direct it out into the outfield yet. This is an important spot in this game if the Woodchucks want to sweep. Tried the fastball at 88 off the plate. With the way Solis has been hitting this season, especially in the back half of June, you'd expect him to come through here. And there will be a quick meeting at the mound. One catcher, Ivan Dahlberg, who's playing at first base today, calls Hogan Denny up here. And this is smart because Dahlberg caught yesterday and knows exactly what Solis likes to swing at and what he doesn't. He saw Solis crush one into left center field for a 3-run home run. So with a 1-1 count, he's telling the battery how to attack this pitcher, almost taking command of the situation. Let's see how Solis reacts to that at the plate. Nice breaking ball, strike two. I think that conversation was about Chambers throwing his breaking ball again. You see right there, Solis has been slamming all 5 of those home runs in the last week and a half. Ground ball, right side, foul. Last year, Solis got a lot of his home runs on fastballs, but this year, what he's found out how to do is hit the breaking ball, which means it's dangerous to throw him something off speed with the way he's been hitting it as of recent. And you saw it right there, didn't put anything over the plate, 2-2. Chambers likely looking for Solis to chase something outside of the zone or drop a breaking ball in when Solis is not expecting it. Line drive, base hit down the left field line. Smith-Johnson scores, Malone is in, and Birkland will go to third. Max Solis now has 19 RBIs in his last 10 games. And it's tied at 3. He went breaking ball. And Solis has been hitting those all season. Didn't need a big home run to score 2. But he's changed the complexion of this game with one swing. Here comes the Kenosha pitching coach. That's a tough battle to beat with the hottest hitter in the Northwoods League right now, and he just came up unsuccessful. You can't fault Chambers right there. His curveball was working. He got 2 strikes on Solis, and Solis didn't even look close to it in that at-bat. But with 2 strikes, you've got to protect and get some contact. That's exactly what Solis does. And now your go-ahead runs at third base. Wausau has already scored 3 in the frame. They're looking to take the lead with yesterday's hero, Dom Rodriguez, stepping forward. Like we said earlier today, these 2 teams have played some heart stoppers already this season, and it looks like it's set to continue. This one has also been a close game. Off the plate, 1-0. Rodriguez 0 for 1 today, hit by a pitch. He was also hit by a pitch yesterday. Hits with that open stance, likes to pull the ball. But that time he sent it foul the other way. Dom was very relaxed after the game. When you hit a walk-off RBI single, normally it's a bit exciting, but he's pretty relaxed. I think his mind was already focused on winning today's game. And he's got a base hit into left. Wausau's in front. Rodriguez coming up with a big hit again to make it 4-3. Woodchucks got pretty unlucky in the first 4 innings, not being able to find any gaps or get on base in big situations. But they've made it all count here in the bottom of the 5th. They loaded the bases with nobody out and got everybody in. RBIs from Malone, Solis, Rodriguez. Mazzacano went first pitch swinging on his last at-bat and grounded into a fielder's choice. What I loved about Mazzacano yesterday is when Rodriguez hit the RBI single, Braden was one of the first ones to meet him at first base. He was splashing water on him before the big jug came out there. And that's the kind of energy you want. You want to see these guys excited when they're successful. You know, I asked something to Mazzacano a couple days ago. I asked him, hey, listen, you're a two-way player. You like to take walks. You like to get on base. Does being a pitcher help you understand and work counts better because you've pitched before as a hitter? Swing and a miss, 2-2, as Chambers went back to the breaking ball. He said, yeah, because I'm a pitcher, it helps me take better at-bats, plate appearances. It helps me get on base because I know kind of what the pitcher's thinking on 1 strike or 2 strikes, and that helps my plate approach. I use it to my advantage. Let's see what he does on 2 strikes. A fastball low, full count, and Chambers is nearing the 35 pitch limit. Kenosha preparing for that. They got an arm working in their bullpen down the right field line. The payoff is cut on and missed. Chambers successful there with his breaking ball. After Solis got him on the breaking ball, that was well positioned, and he strikes out Mazzacano. So in this 5th inning where the Woodchucks have scored 4, Chambers has gotten both of his outs via strikeouts. Let's see if Baldridge can continue the inning. Tips off the glove of Denny. No runners advance. Baldridge has been moved around in the order a little bit. Hit leadoff for a lot of the road trip. A 10-game road trip that Wausau had last week. Then hit 5th for a couple home games, and now at the 7th spot. Curveball makes it 1-1, and there is the 35 pitch limit. So Chambers will try to finish his day off on a high note by getting the Kingfish out of any more trouble. Tip back foul by Baldridge. Oh, that ball squibs into center field. Solis was having to get back to the bag. It was a dead ball anyways, since it was a foul tip by Baldridge there. Last time Baldridge faced Chambers, he hit it straight back to him to end the 4th. And he swings and misses. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Chambers, but the Woodchucks score 4 to take the lead. RBIs from Malone. So Liz Rodriguez helping them out here on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The Northwoods League Foundation is enriching the quality of life for families with an enduring and caring focus on the communities it serves through direct donations and proceeds from the Northwoods League online store. The Northwoods League Foundation is harnessing a unique passion for summer collegiate baseball and softball to invest in communities so everyone benefits from the wide-ranging experience offered by the great games of baseball and softball. Visit northwoodsleague.com/foundation and share your passion for the games we love.
Looky, who's back on the mound for the Woodchucks as we enter the top of the 6th. It's Keegan Jerschley making his second appearance at home this season. I tell you what, the first time that he pitched here at Wausau at Athletic Park back on the 27th of June, last Friday against Green Bay, he played a big part. 3 no-hit innings, walked 2, struck out 1. And gave the Woodchucks a great opportunity to try to come back to beat the Rockers. Didn't quite work out for Wausau. They lost that game to Green Bay by 1. So the two-way gets underway here, facing 4, 5, and 6th. McCoy, Abel, and Dahlberg. And if the Woodchucks can hold their lead, Jezierski could go down as the winning pitcher for the second straight day. That's grounded up the middle. Birkland will keep it from going all the way to center field, but it's a base hit nonetheless. So McCoy is on. He had the 2-run home run back in the first, as now Kenosha looks to work from behind. I thought the Kingfish showed a lot of stuff late yesterday that really makes you feel as if they have the tools to win games like this and for their offense to come through late. And I think Aiden Wershing, when I talked to him this morning, recognized that as well. They're one piece away from turning some of these tight losses into wins, as Abel swings and misses. The cool thing about Jerschley is that he's pitched at this park before he came to the Wausau Woodchucks. The Mosinee Indians played games here at Athletic Park in the past as well. That was tight. McCoy getting back just in time. And so he kind of got to know about Athletic Park before many of these other players did. He pitched this year at South Dakota State, 10 appearances, 2 starts. Struck out 8 in 14 innings of work. And by the way, I think he and Mazzacano, who's the other two-way for Wausau, can recognize just how tough it is to two-way in college. It's kind of easy in high school because the coaches need you to do that, especially if you're playing for a smaller school. Jersley played for a Class II school. However, once you get to college, having to prepare your swing to get into Division I level and then your pitches to Division I level, that's always a challenge, doing both at the same time. Roped into right field, a base hit. And looking for third is McCoy. Long throw from the right fielder, bounces off of McCoy's back, I think. Well done by Jersley there to make sure that that ball didn't skew away. McCoy might have thought about going home. And so the Kingfish, just like they did yesterday, responding and responding promptly. Now they have the tying run at third base for Dahlberg. Nobody out here, top sixth. We've been waiting for Dahlberg to really get a hold of one this entire time in this series. Again, all-conference selection back in 2024 in D2. Sends one high in the air, deep into left. Malone tracking back and making the catch. Runner tags. Long throw, going to be a close play. He did not get him. McCoy is safe, and Kenosha ties it. That would have been the best throw of the year, and I think it was from Malone, but they barely missed the tag. It was not in time. Corey Thompson out to discuss this one. Let's look at it one more time. A fireball to home plate by Malone. Oh. Home plate umpire saying that he got his hand under the tag just in time. And that decision is definitely going to stand. So Dahlberg gets an RBI there. It'll be counted as a sacrifice fly, and it's a 4-4 score. Heck of a throw by Malone. Heck of a throw. Unfortunately, he will not be credited with anything there, but hey, I'd still send that one back to the college coaches and say, look what I just did in left field. That was as close as it gets. You got a powerful arm wherever he plays. Normally he's been playing in right field these past couple of days. He's playing in left today, and they needed him there. Now Solis is going to try to catch a runner. Ooh, he almost did. It tips out of the glove of Baldridge, and Abel has a stolen base. And now Kenosha can take the lead potentially with the base hit from Dutton. Dutton has reached both times, once on a hit by pitch and once on a walk. And now as a pitcher, you've got to adjust a little bit. Kenosha finding some swings. Wausau trying to answer. Dutton takes one inside. Such a fun thing that Keegan Jersley scored the tying run yesterday while he was playing at second base. Walked and scored in the ninth on an Ethan Guerra RBI single. Dutton ropes one to second base. Baldridge checks the other runner who's moving his way to third, and the out's recorded at first. Nice response from Keegan. After giving up back-to-back base hits, he's put out 2 in a row. Oh, what's fun about Keegan Jersley, especially in particular, is the fact that he rounded third and scored yesterday on a close play. That has bigger meaning than just a regular game-tying run scored. Remember, Keegan's grandpa, Mike Jersley, was the third base coach for the Kansas City Royals from 2014 to 2019. And the great story there, he stopped Salvador Perez in Game 7 of the World Series in 2014. Many fans thought he should have sent him. Royals lost that Game 7, if you remember that. Madison Bumgarner with that incredible relief performance. But then, in the 2015 ALCS, he had a chance to send Lorenzo Cain around third on a bang-bang play. He did. Cain would score the go-ahead run in Game 6 against the Toronto Blue Jays. The Royals would win the ALCS again, and they would go to the World Series and beat the New York Mets to win their first World Series title since 1985. Of course, that one was memorable not at third base, but at first base for a close play at first between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Kansas City Royals. Cardinals thought they had gotten out. The Royals got a runner safe. They went on to win the series. Keegan's grandpa's still in the mix in the Royals system. He is the manager for the Omaha Storm Chasers, Royals AAA affiliate. Nice work back from Jerschley. Full count now. And as one of Mike's 4 grandkids, Keegan's making him proud and carrying on the legacy. Line drive down the right field line. Racing is Knowlton. He's got it for out number 3 in foul territory. Kenosha puts 2 on, but only gets 1. Tie ball game here on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
I've devoted my career as a surgeon to one thing: curing cancer. At City of Hope, more than 1,600 cancer specialists are working towards breakthrough discoveries, impacting over 100 million lives every year, personalizing treatments right down to your DNA. And though I'm proud to be part of a team that's revolutionizing cancer care here in northeastern Illinois, what I'm most proud of is giving you hope.
Walked it off an 8. A diving catch, my goodness!
We would never hit 12 drunk.
Clutch it up drunk? Not a chance. A stoppie drunk?
We would never drift drunk.
So you should never drive drunk.
Drive sober or get pulled over.
Yeah, that 2014 summer was really formative. It taught me how to ride the bus. It taught me like what the minor leagues was going to be like, because there's a ton of hours, and I think I found my true identity as a ball player in Madison.
The Northwoods League is the ultimate collegiate summer baseball experience.
Are you a baseball or softball coach? One-way coach-to-catcher communication is brand new to the game, and the Northwoods League has proudly partnered with the Headset app to be their preferred coach-to-catcher communication solution. Try it out with your team today using hardware you already own. Download the Headset app from your app store and try it free for 5 days. Zach Knowlton began the 5th with a leadoff single. He will begin the 6th after the Woodchucks batted around and scored 4 runs on 6 hits. That forced Kenosha pitcher Brady Chambers out of the game. So now third-year Kingfish player Chris Rooney takes the mound. Senior out of Hawthorne Woods, Illinois, a 3.89 career ERA for the Fish. Knowlton rips it up the middle, base hit. He's reached all 3 times. Simple hitting once again from Zach Knowlton. A nice catch in right field and foul ground to end the 5th inning. And the Woodchucks are trying to start this inning exactly the way they started the 5th inning. There's Rooney's numbers, 2-1 on the year. He's got a save. Smith Johnson into left field. Back-to-back base hits again for the Woodchucks to begin the 6th. Move the line mentality for Wausau. They had 3 hits in the first 4 innings. How about 8 hits since the 5th inning began? Well, we talked about how good Wausau has been at getting on base this season. They lead the league in walks, as you see our bat kid there again. But they haven't gotten, they are top 10 in hits, but you feel like sometimes the Woodchucks need to tap into more of their swinging power when trying to build their offense. And today's been encouraging with that. Yesterday they only had 7 hits. They did score 9 runs. But mixing up the approach and finding out what works, either plate discipline, hitting, or a little bit of both, that's going to help you. 2 balls, no strikes to Malone. Or 1-1 rather, the count. Malone, an RBI single in the 5th to score Wausau's first run of the day. Hit hard but foul, bouncing off the netting of the Woodchucks dugout. Believe there has been 10 games now for the Woodchucks at home this season where they've scored 4 or more runs in an inning. Noah Malone, the only one in the top 5 from the Great Lakes West in slugging percentage in the Northwoods League. Every other name you see there is in the Great Plains. So that would say that Malone is one of the most powerful hitters, if not the most powerful hitter, in the Great Lakes Division, East and West. Look back at second. Knowlton's safe as Matuzak came late, crept up behind Knowlton, tried to catch him on a pickoff. Rooney's second appearance of the season against Wausau. He pitched on opening day, gave up 2 hits and 1 run. That was the 3-0 shutout win for Wausau. He also pitched last year in Kenosha's home finale against Wausau and earned the win in 3 innings of work. Malone, ground ball, base hit. That's fair down the third base line. Knowlton's going to score, and the Woodchucks lead as Malone has a double. A team-leading 12th extra base hit for Noah and his second RBI of the day. This is living right. That's as close to being fair as it is foul, and it's just past the diving Olivo. Knowlton coasts home, and the Woodchucks are back in front. So in the 5th inning, 3 consecutive hits to start the inning by Knowlton, Smith Johnson, and Malone. In the 6th inning, they do the exact same, and now the infield comes in for Birkeland, but hold on. The umpire stops that pitch and says it does not count, and I think it, from what were told in the press box, no visual contact is why that pitch didn't count. So now Rooney deals, and Birkeland shows bunt. Squeeze play. Birkeland is going to be out at first, but he picks up an RBI as Smith Johnson scores to make it 6-4. Good work by Dahlberg for staying with the play. I don't think they expected Birkeland to bunt with 2 runners in scoring position. That's exactly what Birkeland did. He almost had his second infield bunt single of the game. That puts Malone at third. 2 more runs for the Woodchucks. The infield remains in with 1 out. 6-4 Woodchucks. They've broken the 5-run threshold, and they've been very good when they do that this season. It'll go as a 3-4 sacrifice bunt, earning Birkeland his first RBI. That one does not catch the corner. Wausau will feel some justice done, especially Malone. He almost had a great throw out to get a runner at home in the top of the 6th. And now the Woodchucks can relish the fact that they've got the lead again. Schotterback struck out with the bases loaded. Ground ball foul and off the hand of Malone, who tried to make a little play. I love the way that Noah Malone has sort of adapted to the culture in Wausau. He's kind of got the same vibe that guys like Birkeland and Smith Johnson do. Strike 3 called. Dylan Schlotterback didn't quite agree with it. It's his second strikeout of the day, and Chris Rooney's first. So it'll be up to Solis to get the runner home here, looking for his second hit of the day. He already extended his hit streak to 10. And he's one of the guys that has instilled the culture here. Noah Malone, like we said, has followed it. And the umpire at first base was not quite ready there, so Rooney's going to have to throw again. That was our first base umpire over there that was just checking something with the Kenosha dugout. Nice pitch from Rooney. He's got Solis ahead here, 0-2. He's pulled things together after a rough start. Solis, a little bloop shot, right center, another hit. Woodchucks up by 3. Solis has 3 RBIs on the day, and when you're a hot hitter, hits like that may mean you're living right. 7-4. Everything Max Solis touches right now turns to gold. It's so interesting the way that Solis approaches a game over this last stretch. Rodriguez pops it up. Dahlberg is under it, backs up, and makes the catch at the last second. Inning over. Woodchucks add on 3 more to take the lead. Solis leading the way here on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Introducing the Cloud AI with Red Alloy Plus. Engineered with aerospace-grade alloy for ultimate durability and razor-thin precision. Generative AI technology meticulously fine-tunes every 1/8 inch of the bat, pushing the boundaries of performance. The optimized mid-load swing weight delivers speed and extends the sweet spot, all in a seamless one-piece construction designed for peak power. The RevGrip Premium material offers unmatched tack and cushion. Artificial intelligence, real results.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Catch all the action of America's premier summer collegiate softball and baseball leagues at northwoodsleague.com. Purchase tickets to a game near you. Get the latest news and stats on your favorite team or watch live game coverage. While there, check out the selection of Northwoods League headwear, apparel, and more for the sports fan in your life. All proceeds support the Northwoods League Foundation. Visit northwoodsleague.com. Your home for the Northwoods League.
Summer collegiate softball is back. After an outstanding inaugural season, Northwoods League softball returns to the field for its second season this summer. Find out more at northwoodsleague.com and follow us on Instagram and X at NWL Softball. Talking a little bit up here in the press box just moments ago about the situation we are in now. Jerschley gave up the tying run in the 6th. Bunt attempt here. Slaughterback charging. Can he make the play in time? Not quite. Infield bunt single for the leadoff man, Will Matuzak, rather. And Kenosha's right back to work. He's flashed some speed in this game and this season. He's got 8 stolen bases. Kiddos are enjoying this one at the Aspirus Terrace. They'll love the fact that the Woodchucks have 12 hits in the last 2 innings and have scored 7 runs. Woodchucks have been really good at holding the runners today, but Kenosha's been trying to run. They will stay for the first pitch to Newland, which is high and inside 1-0. Newland 0 for 2 with a walk. He was caught stealing by Solis in the 5th. Matuzak's moving. Fly ball, right side. Matuzak's got to get back. Rodriguez adjusting, and Baldridge comes out of nowhere to make the catch in foul ground. It feels like if there's a ball in no man's land today, Cade Baldridge is calling everybody off and saying, don't you fret, I've got it. He had some great plays back in the 5th, and one of them included when he trucked Zach Knowlton as both of them were looking to make a catch in no man's land in right center. One gone, Hogan Denny. Look back at first. Ooh, they almost got him. Good pickoff attempt from Jerschley. I think we've seen one pickoff successful from the Woodchucks this season. Matuzak stays, and it's whistled up the middle, base hit. That's Hogan Denny's second hit, and it drops out of the glove of Smith Johnson, which means Matuzak can move to third on an error. Kenosha's got him on the corners now, and they will bring the tying run up, and Ryan Bakes. Now, I'm curious with Kenosha, you've got 2 runners here. You are down 3, but do you think double steal? Or do you try to move Denny at all? He stays. And that pitch misses just a tad up. Right-hander Cade Douglas, who started the tight loss to Green Bay on Friday, prepares for Wausau in the bullpen. And Bakes is ahead here. Started his career at South Carolina, went to Huntley High School in Illinois for a all-state selection as a senior, which is hard to do in the state of Illinois. Towering fly ball, shallow right. Will it be Baldridge? Yes, it will be. Runner won't tag. Big second out for Keegan Jerschley as he looks to keep the Kingfish quiet here in the 7th. Keegan's been pitching to a lot of contact in his last couple of starts. And here at Athletic Park, he's given up 4 hits, but just 1 run. Left-handed James McCoy. A 3-hit game yesterday, a 2-hit game today. Runners moving. No, he won't, actually. It's just a ball low. And Solis was checking on him over there. Rodriguez holds Denny at first, but you can't risk a bad pickoff or a run scores. Two and out. There's Douglas at a CSU Pueblo. Got a couple of the relief pitchers hanging out on the wall, on the top of that brick wall there. Watching Douglas warm up. McCoy cracks one deep into left. Malone all the way back to the track. He's got it. The wind keeps it in. And Keegan Jersley puts up a 0 in the 7th. Wausau still leads by 3 on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Stay connected and up to date with the free Northwoods League mobile app. Avoid the lines and buy tickets to any Northwoods League games anytime, day or night. Subscribe for free and watch games live from anywhere all season long. Get the latest news and stats on top collegiate players from across the country or personalize it with your favorite team. Either way, we got you covered. The Northwoods League mobile app is free and available on the App Store or Google Play.
Speak for a lot of people on our team when I say like they've found their love for softball again playing this league.
Ball has some carry. There's that success.
You kind of just get to chill out and like play the game that you once loved when you were young.
Call sails around the path.
In college it's a lot of pressure, but like here everyone's here for the same reason, just to get better and to love the game again.
Of regulation, actually 2.5 innings of regulation left for these two teams in the first half of the Northwoods League season. Wausau playing in game number 36 of 72. The second half begins tomorrow. And by the way, as we come back from break, a massive credit to the Northwoods League and especially all of our athletic park staff for getting every single game in for Wausau in the first half. There were no postponements, no cancellations, one doubleheader that was scheduled. I applaud everybody because that should not happen in the state of Wisconsin. But the new turf infield meant we got to play in the rain a couple times this summer and in the month of June. Mazzacano ropes one to short. Abel throwing on the back foot gets him in time. Trent Abel flashing the leather for Kenosha at shortstop. Mazzacano's unlucky. There's one down. Keeping that in the infield was hard enough, but throwing as you're backing up, almost a fadeaway throw from Abel, all the more impressive. Wow. So now Baldridge hits. 1 for 3 with the strikeout. And he grounds one up the middle. This one will get through. Multi-hit game for Cade Baldridge and a 1-out base runner for the Woodchucks. Once again, they are taking their hits and their swings early in counts. You're not seeing the Woodchucks fall to 1 strike or 2 strike very much in today's game. And again, it's all about adjusting to the hitter and the pitcher that you're facing. Knowlton squaring to bunt, and he pulls it back at the last second. Maybe trying to get himself on base with some small ball, but he's reached base all 3 times today. He's looking for his first 3-hit game as a Woodchuck. And he's starting to prove little by little that Corey Thompson can't keep him out of the lineup because he provides for this team. High drive into right. McCoy back to make the catch, and Knowlton retired for the first time today. So that'll keep Aldridge at first. Kids are having some fun today. A lot of youngsters out at Athletic Park, and one of them is jiving to Christian Smith-Johnson's walk-up song. And credit the Woodchucks for making some of these games really exciting as Smith-Johnson throws the bat at it and has a base hit. Baldridge slipped around second. He was stealing on that play, so he can't move to third. But what a response from SJ. Went 0 for the first time this season back on Sunday, and back on Saturday, and he responds with a 3 for 4. Power grounders, power line drive. That's how Smith-Johnson likes to do it. And he trots his way to first. And Smith-Johnson, what a performance today in the 9 spot. Back where he belongs now, 37 hits on the year for Smith-Johnson. Malone checks his swing, strike 1. That is hit number 15 for the Woodchucks. We haven't seen them get 15 or more hits in a game in a while. And they're doing it against a top 10 pitching staff in the Northwoods League. And by the way, a team in Kenosha that is top 5 in least runs allowed in the league. Or least hits allowed in the league. They don't give up hits. But Wausau is making contact. Rooney delivers. Oh, a check back at first. They're going to have a run down here. Smith-Johnson was trying to steal, and they were kind of tossed up there. I don't think the runners communicated, Smith-Johnson and Baldridge, with each other. So Smith-Johnson is tagged out on the base pads. And the Woodchucks get nothing. 7-4 the score on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Stay connected and up to date with the free Northwoods League mobile app. Avoid the lines and buy tickets to any Northwoods League games anytime, day or night. Subscribe for free and watch games live from anywhere all season long. Get the latest news and stats on top collegiate players from across the country or personalize it with your favorite team. Either way, we got you covered. The Northwoods League mobile app is free and available on the App Store or Google Play.
For a lot of people on our team when I say like they've found their love for softball again playing this league.
Ball has some carry. There's that success.
you do. You kind of just get to chill out and like play the game that you once loved when you were young.
Call sails around the path.
In college, it's a lot of pressure, but like here, everyone's here for the same reason, just to get better and to love the game again.
Today's game is brought to you in part by The Grind, the official coffee of the Northwoods League. Look for The Grind in select ballpark team stores and online under the shop menu on team websites. High fly ball, deep right field. Knowlton back to make the catch. Abel gave one a ride there, but he is out. Jershly has his first out of the 8th. A portion of the proceeds for each Grind coffee bag sold will go to benefit the Northwoods League Foundation, as Jershly looks to grind through 3 innings and 3 great innings of work for the second time in the last 4 days. Some of these arms for Wausau are starting to find a way to pitch through short days of rest and pitch well. Jezierski did that earlier today. Tapper foul by Dahlberg. 0 for 2, a sac fly in the 6th. That one pretty hard out to left field. And that's kind of been the name of the game for Kenosha today. Opposite field contact. If they find it, things tend to go well. But they haven't got a ton when they've pulled the ball. Almost caught the corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. Rather, 1 and 1. The count is 2 and 1. And Dahlberg waves and misses at a breaking ball. Left-handed hitter, right-handed thrower. Hitting .246 this summer. Misses outside. As the first half comes to a close today, I think Wausau's got to be pleased. You win this one, you finish the first half 7 games above 500, 4 2-game series sweep, and you finish potentially, as Dahlberg walks, a game or 2 games out of first place in your division. And really the only thing that prevented Wausau from winning the first half in the Great Lakes West was the fact that Green Bay got absurdly hot at the right time and stole it from them. And now you got to find a way to beat Madison and company to win the second half and make the playoffs. And you're also rooting for Green Bay. Hey, if Green Bay wins the first half, or the second half rather, then it goes to next best team in terms of overall record, and as it stands, Wausau could have that. Fastball skips in the turf for Dutton. And I think Corey Thompson will be very careful here on how much longer he lets Keegan Jershly go. The 2-0, grounded foul. It looks like with how the Woodchucks have hit today, they're going to finish #1 in the league in runs, #1 in the league in RBIs to finish the first half. They're also going to win the league in walks and stolen bases. So they lead in 4 separate categories. After some home run troubles early on in the year, Malone and Solis have now combined for 10 of the 22 Woodchucks home runs. That's top 10 in the Northwoods League. And their pitching staff was good too. Just a bit low, ball 4. Let's see if Corey Thompson makes his way out to the mound. He will. So Keegan Jershly gave it just about everything he could, and now he'll turn it over to Cade Douglas, who will look to get out of a little trouble here in the 8th and probably finish things off in the 9th. This could be a 5-out save opportunity for Douglas. A round of applause for Jershly as he exits. So as Douglas takes his warm-up tosses, here's what the Northwoods League has on tap today. In just about an hour, Wisconsin Rapids will begin a doubleheader at home against the Madison Mallards. So obviously, the Woodchucks fans will be rooting for one team over the other there, especially with every game mattering in the Northwoods League. Here's the big one, folks. Tonight, 7:05 p.m. Eastern Time, Traverse City and Battle Creek play for the first half championship in the Great Lakes East. Battle Creek comes into the game a half a game behind the Pit Spitters in the Great Lakes East, so whoever wins that game is going to go to the playoffs, which is cool because neither of those teams made the playoffs last year. Of course, Traverse City has been successful in the Northwoods League in the past, I believe 2 championships for the Pit Spitters in recent times. Madison and Wisconsin Rapids will play the second game of their doubleheader at 6:35. Fond du Lac plays Green Bay, 6:35 first pitch there. They had a game that went all the way into the 10th inning yesterday. Green Bay led it 4-2. Remember, they've already clinched the Great Lakes West, but some rain came in at the very last minute and spoiled things. They're going to have to finish that game out on a later date in the second half, so they'll just play one tonight. That would have been a problem had the Woodchucks been in contention still for the Great Lakes West title. One softball game tonight, by the way, that will be lacrosse traveling to Madison. And like we said in our pregame show, congratulations to the Great Plains first half winners. Lacrosse in the East, St. Cloud in the West. Both of those teams returning to the playoffs. They were there last year, and they met in the Great Plains championship game. Kate Douglas's first matchup is Kyle Olivo. And a strike. Douglas started for the Woodchucks on Friday against Green Bay, but late bullpen scenarios is where he works best. Olivo sails it foul. That's out of play towards the bounce house behind us. Pressure time for the Woodchucks in another tight game with Kenosha. This just seems to continue to happen. And another foul ball from Olivo. Kyle was 0 for 5 yesterday. He's 0 for 3 today. This would be a nice time to get his first hit of the two-game set. Douglas, the redshirt junior out of Lakewood, Colorado. Big strikeout guy. 0-2 is a fastball high. We've talked about how Douglas's dad, Scott Douglas, coached in the Northwoods League and actually was a head coach when Corey Thompson was an assistant with the Waterloo Bucks. He got Corey Thompson into the coaching game. He was looking for a killer pitch there, but a good take by Kyle Olivo. His dad also coached for Colorado Christian University and Trinidad Junior State College in his career. And he coached for the Regina Red Sox, who Cates played for. The count runs full. Here we go. Kenosha was down 5 going into the 8th inning yesterday. They made all their ground up in the final 2 innings. 2 runners on. They both walked to get to their bases, and Douglas will step off and think about it. You got Matuzak coming up next. He's 0 for 2. And then the top of the order. The payoff is fouled away. This is what Kenosha does. Aiden Wershing pleased with how the Kingfish continue to stay in counts. They dare you to throw a ball because anything in the zone, they foul away. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout from Douglas. With the way that at-bat was going, it looked like Olivo was closer and closer to winning that battle. But Douglas throws a great pitch on 3-2. And Olivo made no contact. And now you can get out of the 8th with no harm done if you get Matuzak. Tried the same pitch. That one is just a tad outside. Righty-righty matchup here. Douglas pitched against Kenosha back in May and was good. Ground ball up the middle. Berkland, he'll go to first. Got him. Jay Douglas comes out of the Wausau bullpen, takes care of business, and holds the 3-run lead here on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
You have to be dedicated to playing in Northwoods League. You know, they play the games and it's serious. You know, I mean, you're looking at maybe an opportunity to be a professional athlete in baseball.
The league provides a superior player experience with unparalleled technology in support of player development and visibility. TrackMan and Synergy data reporting is available to all players of Major League Baseball teams. The Northwoods League is the ultimate collegiate summer baseball experience.
The Mint Cafe is Woody's favorite spot. They have the best food in town, like their scrumptious pies, delicious burgers, and sandwiches, plus Woody's go-to milkshake. The Mint Cafe, good food, good friends. Located at 422 North 3rd Street, Wausau.
Whoa.
Can you feel it?
Huh? Feel what?
The power.
I think so.
Hey, who are you talking to?
No one.
Bet you can't hit that building over there in right field.
What? That's like 500 feet.
Electrify your swing.
Okay.
The #1 two-piece composite in the marketplace. Electrify your swing. Icon, the electric unicorn by Rawlings.
The Northwoods League is proud to partner with the authentic Stadium Mustard this season. For over 50 years, Stadium Mustard has been offered at stadiums, ballparks, and arenas coast to coast. And the Wausau Woodchucks are proud to be serving Stadium Mustard here at Athletic Park. Loved by millions, it's Stadium Mustard. Fourth pitcher of the day for Kenosha, Connor Trepanier, making his second appearance against Wausau in 2025. Malone was at the plate when Wausau got some crosshairs mixed up on the base paths. And they were out on a pickoff attempt. Christian Smith-Johnson was. And that ended the 8th. Trepanier wearing number 0 for the Fish and was actually credited with a win, if I'm not mistaken, against Kenosha, or against Wausau, way back in May. He went 1 inning and a swing and a miss from Malone, 2-2. Eighth appearance of the season, all out of the bullpen for Trepanier. And good leave by Malone. Could use an assurance run here if you're the Woodchucks. Give Douglas a little bit of comfort as he goes for the save. Trepanier gave up no runs, no hits, walked 1, struck out 3 back in May against Wausau. Ground ball foul. Right next to the third base coach, Jake Schultz. Pitching on 2 days rest. Went 2 innings against Battle Creek in a 12-5 loss. Gave up 4 runs on 3 hits, struck out 3. Another tapper foul by Malone. I think if the Woodchucks finish this out, they'll be in good shape to build some momentum going into the second half. Well, I thought Douglas might pitch the 9th, and maybe he will if Wausau can put an insurance run up. But Reese Clapp is warming. He might be hot. A little jam shot into right center. Base hit for Noah Malone. 3 consecutive hits and 3 consecutive at-bats for Noah. Our player of the game has been leading the way for the Woodchucks. Top of the order has provided today for Wausau, especially with its bats. How about 8 hits for the first 4 hitters? Berkland's reached twice. Got an RBI on a squeeze play where he bunted towards the first base line back in the 6th. This time it looks like he's going to swing away. And it looks like the adjustments that Thompson made in putting Berkland second have worked. Berkland floats one in the middle infield, right side for Matizak, and he pops out. So pretty quick work for Connor Trepanier, all things considered. Not a ton of, again, not super deep counts that the Woodchucks are hitting into. They are swinging early in counts. Dillon 2 for 4. A single, double, 2 strikeouts. But with the way he has been hitting down the stretch in this first half, you got to argue he is on the list, the short list for sure, to potentially make the All-Star game. Just a tad high. Slaughterback looking for hit number 110 in summer collegiate baseball. He's got 40 on the year with the Woodchucks. Or rather, yeah, I believe it is 40 with the Woodchucks. First hitter to 40. That was actually more than I expected. I went back to double check. Yes, 40 hits for Dillon. Trepanier deals. Slaughterback hits one sharply to second. Matizak to Abel. They turn a 4-6-3 double play. Woodchucks get nothing in the 8th. We'll see if Reese Clapp can come out to save it off in the 9th here on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
I've devoted my career as a surgeon to one thing: curing cancer. At City of Hope, more than 1,600 cancer specialists are working towards breakthrough discoveries, impacting over 100 million lives every year, personalizing treatments right down to your DNA. And though I'm proud to be part of a team that's revolutionizing cancer care here in northeastern Illinois, what I'm most proud of is giving you hope.
Walked it off an 8. A diving catch, my goodness!
We would never hit 12 drunk.
Clutch it up drunk? Not a chance. A stoppie? Drunk?
We would never drift drunk.
So you should never drive drunk.
Drive sober or get pulled over.
Yeah, that 2014 summer was really formative. It taught me how to ride the bus. It taught me like what the minor leagues was going to be like because there's a ton of hours. And I think I found my true identity as a ball player in Madison.
The Northwoods League is the ultimate collegiate summer baseball experience.
When you need a save, who do you call? This guy, Reese Clapp. Top of the ninth here in Wausau as Reese looks to shut the door on the Kingfish with the Woodchucks leading by 3. Strike one to Robert Newland. Clapp just recently celebrated a commitment to Illinois State, and his phenomenal pitching this summer in the Northwoods League definitely played a part in him being able to make that transfer. Newland, fly ball into center. 1 up, 1 down for Reese. Clapp has a 0.00 ERA this season, and he has one of the best save numbers in the Northwoods League. He's got 6 looking for number 7. He's currently chasing Brandon Janke, who picked up a save yesterday in St. Cloud. Feels like a 2-horse race between those two for the save lead. Hogan Denny, 2 for 4 with a homer. Clapp was called into action late against Green Bay 2 days ago. Gave up a big RBI single by Selga, but the run was not his. 1 ball, 1 strike. And after that RBI single, Clapp promptly retired the next 4 hitters that he faced. Ground ball to the left side. Backhand stop by Baldridge, but he cannot make the play. And it's a broken bat from Hogan Denny, and it will be counted as an infield single, which lets a run get aboard, but still a long ways to go for Kenosha. Reese Clapp has picked up a strikeout in 10 of his 11 appearances this year. And Bakes looks at one go outside. It's hard to believe this, but Reese Clapp has made 11 appearances this season. And the Woodchucks are 10-1 when he pitches. That means he's been part of half the wins this season so far. There's a base hit to left. Kenosha's going to bring the tying run to the plate. The Kingfish are not done yet. And like we said all the way back at noon today in the pregame show, when these two teams play, it is always close. That's just the 11th hit that Clapp has allowed this season. And by the way, how about the walks to strikeout numbers? 0 walks, 21 strikeouts. That is unheard of, even for a closer. Ball 1 to James McCoy. So he refuses to give free passes, Reese Clapp. And you don't want to give a free pass in this situation and put the tying run on. Tucker Russell warming in the Wausau bullpen. That sails high, 2-0. And just when the Woodchucks thought they had this thing wrapped up, Kenosha says, wait, we might have some late magic again. Clapp's got to fight back. He does there with the strike. The Woodchucks will take on another Great Lakes East foe tomorrow to begin the second half. The defending Northwoods League champions, the Kalamazoo Growlers, come to town. 6:35 first pitch. You can find it here on the Northwoods League Sports Network. Baldridge ground ball to second for 1. Birkland will not turn the double play. But the Kingfish are down to their final out. The tying run remains at the plate in Abel, which is fitting. Yesterday in the 9th inning in Kenosha's comeback that fell short eventually, he had the go-ahead RBI single that at that point made it 9-8. Does he have anything more clutch in him as the first half comes to a close for Wausau? Abel check swing. Baldridge charging the ground ball. He makes the play for a Woodchucks winner. Reese Clapp picks up save number 7 to end the first half, and Wausau picks up their 4th 2-game series sweep of the season. The Woodchucks are now 7 games above 500 for the second time in 2025. Great pitching, especially from Keegan Jershely, who picks up the win, and Kate Douglas and Reese Clapp, who come out of the bullpen to help Wausau finish it off. That ends the first half for the Woodchucks, but they will be back to begin the second half tomorrow when they face the defending Northwoods League champions, the Kalamazoo Growlers. Thanks so much for joining us here for this presentation of Northwoods League Baseball on the Northwoods League Sports Network. For everybody here at Athletic Park, including our production crew and our producer Mariah Cox, this is Matt Clark signing off until tomorrow. You've been watching the Northwoods League Sports Network.